Yeah, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about the storylines, I guess. So Hamas, a team coming into this matchup, really kind of unknown before this event, I guess you could say. They knocked out VWS in the previous bracket. Obviously, VWS had a stand-in for their, or a couple of stand-ins for their roster, but still, they knocked out one of the big overdogs for the event, the team that made it to, the third place in the CIS minor, almost qualifying for the close qualifier for the E-League major. But at the end of the day, Hamas, they took it away on Mirage as well in a best of one. So impressive stuff by them. Obviously, this is their map pick, and yeah, that's definitely interesting to say. Hopefully, seeing big things from them in the future, and they look like a fairly solid, well-rounded team. But the second team, obviously EPG, a name that seems unfamiliar, and that's because it's actually the new organisation for the Peter roster. They are newly orged, and we're into this pistol. Unfortunately, we've been having these crashes, and we're a little bit late, but regardless, you're not going to miss too much here. We do have EPG on this T side, as I said, Hamas on the CT side, and we're into a 1v3. So, face crack, last man standing. We're going to be seeing Hamas rotate back into this side, and Saylas, who will be kicking things off there with that kill. So, Hamas clearing up that pistol round. Unfortunately, we missed it, but at the end of the day, it is okay. And welcome, Sukrami. Welcome, everyone, to the chat today. So, yeah, again, this is the Peter lineup for those wondering. Obviously, a lot of star players. I mean, I was about to start naming the star players until I kind of realised that almost all of them are star players. Waterfalls and Ubik, definitely the main names to look out for. They are definitely impressive players on the side of EPG. And, yeah, it's a best of three. It could go either way. Winner of this is going to be going forward, obviously, to the semi-finals. So a pretty big matchup as well for these two teams. And again, as I said, best of three. Second map going to be Overpass, and third map going to be Cobble. But this will just be the anti-eco coming up from Hamas, playing it safely. Obviously, they're kind of coming into this matchup as the underdogs in a sense that Elements or EPG, however you want to know them, they obviously are a more well-rounded team. They have far more experience, and they play in a lot more online and offline leagues. So it could go either way. Yes, Hamas are the bit of the kind of dark horse. We don't really know them well enough to make a solid prediction, but you'd like to assume that EPG would be those overdogs. But however, again, it's going to go either way, and we're going to see this A push come out from the EPG side. Push up ramp, maybe Sailor speaking a little bit too preemptively there, gets called out by Waterfalls. Crush on the site as well, trading things out with that. Masse is going to be able to get two for his troubles. Igor, last man standing on this site as his teammates rotate back in. It's Waterfalls now on the T side, but Igor, 1 HP at a dream, he makes it work. 2 kills for him, and Hamas, they pick up that second round on the board, only losing 2 players as well, so not too bad at least. And EPG, they're going to be going for their full eco here after no bomb plant was found in that previous round, so we will just be seeing the pistols into play. And that's it. A couple of PT50s, and that'll be it. Decoys as well. Not too sure what use they can be of, but no need to read too deeply into those either. And we're going to be jumping in now as Elements. They are going to be setting up towards this B site for a bit of a fast play here. Boom, though. Other side of the smoke. The absolute spray down machine here with that UMP is going to be ready for this push coming in. So they've got to really be worried about this one. Boom. Just playing this close angle, waiting for this teammate to maybe flash in, or even the T's to flash in from this position. Waterfall's playing close. He's going to make a bit of a noise. Now Waterfalls knows where he is. He's going to peek out. Nice spray down for the first player, but they now know exactly where he is. It doesn't matter. 3 kills for him. He's going to go in for a little bit more, and he grabs it as well. Face crack. He's on the A site. They should have given him the bomb because we've seen Hamas fully rotate off this site, and it will just be Hamas to pick it up as well. Looking like a flawless round for them. As Face crack, he's going to be rotating back in with pretty much no hope in this, with just a minute on the clock and the bomb going to be down. But Crush, he's holding the angle. He's got his FAMAS to work with as well. And it should just be the imminent death. There we go. No, there we go. I was waiting for face crack. I was like, what are you doing? Are you trying to catch a rotation? Some critique for the stream. Don't have overlays of the HP armor and ammo. They're not over. You can still read them. They're faint, yes, but you can still read them. Unfortunately, I don't make the overlays for this, so I cannot change that, but you can still pretty much read them fairly easily as well. But the AWP is now out for Hamas. EPG, they're going to be on their buy, but they've only got AKs into this one. No AWP on Waterfalls here. So they set up for a bit of a default. Pressure outside of the A site here, but we do have a bit of aggression on the side of Crush. He's going to be pushed all the way down to ramp, and Waterfalls not expecting this one either. He's got his knife out, going to be setting up nades. In the meantime, Saylas also gets aggressive and catches out Face Crack there. Patrick to follow, and Crush, he's just going to walk right by him. Waterfalls, what's happening? This is so close. He's going to completely walk away from each other, and now Crush clearing that angle. He's got to turn back around, surely. He doesn't even hit the jump. Finally notices, but Waterfalls gets the drop on him. That was quite scary, but still, it's going to be the man advantage in the favour of Hamas. Finally equalised out as Ubiki gets some pressure off and towards mid. Now a 2v2. Rotations back into the site, and he catches out Elias as well. It's all going to be on Boom. He's over on short. He doesn't spot the bomb though. Very, very open plan, and Waterfall's going to get away with it. Boom. So close to dropping that one player, and if he did, this could have been his round, but now it's going to be made a lot harder considering Ubik is just holding the rotation. He peeks out, and he takes a shot as well. EPG first round on the board, and it's going to be a 3-1. Hamas likely to force back into this as they do have 3 players who can fully buy, and 2 players with enough to get some bounces up into the play as well. So we've got one on Serias and a pistol on Boone just to get himself a little bit more utility. Orb is still out on Igor, and the rest of them, they are going to be on these rifles as well, but that was a scary previous round of Hamas, almost picking it up, but Elements will take it away. Elements, similar default this time, less pressure over towards the A site. They put a lot towards underpass, so it's looking like maybe a bit of a mid-split coming into this connector area, or even up short late round if they want to, but Elements need to be careful that they don't get their players picked off early off in the round as we see a bit of aggression caught out on the A side. That's Elias to take the first, and FaceCrack once again is going to fall in that position. So man advantage now the way of the CT side, and EPG with yet to make any kind of response, but they will be hitting into connector where we see this one posted up player. There is a bit of support in terms of Igor being posted over towards this window, but if Crush goes down, the trade's likely to be very, very late here, so it could be a bit of an issue for the Hamas side. I like this boost from Jimka. It gives you a great ability to spot out in towards window if anyone's playing that back corner, and also to spot out over towards short. But you can see they're maybe boosting up into the window area here where Igor's going to be holding, and this is going to be the perfect spot. With the AWP, he should get the drop on. There's no way Jimka will be able to at least pre-fire this angle while jumping around the corner as well. So Igor's pretty much guaranteed a free kill if the peak does come through. Jimka going to go for it now. There we go. Igor getting that shot off as well. Aggression into connector. Oh, Arch gets caught as well. This is a massive round for Hamas. It's working out very, very well, and Patrick going to follow up onto Ubik just to catch him out as he starts focusing towards a connector. It's all on Waterfalls pushing back into this B site, but Boom's got that pistol playing the perfect angle for it as well. Hamas, that was a very clean round indeed, and the 4-1 to them, resetting the economy of Elements and putting them back down to the $1,400 loss bonus. So that will now be the eco coming out from this T side, and the Russians, well, I was about to say the Russians are both Russians, but this T side Russian team, they don't really have anything to play with. A couple of Tech 9s, a bit of armour, and that will be it here as they set up outside of the A site. Jimka investing a fair bit as well. He's going to be dropping that UMP, I think. I imagine that's the reason he's got no money. Oh no, they're fully forcing into this. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I like this buy at all, but they are going to commit to a full buy. Set up towards this A site. They have that mid-split and Arch who can come in through the connector or catch these B rotations. In the meantime, they will just be pushing fast into this A site. There's 2 players to deal with, or a bit of a rotation from Igor out from middle. He's playing over towards that bench now as Crushy gets overrun on the site. Elias on the CT spawn jumps up on the ticket booth, and he will trade, but it's a 4v4 now, and EPG still pushing, barreling back into the site. The bomb going to go down in the meantime, and Elias, he wants to deny it, finds himself another wrap around the site from Jimka. He gets caught out as well. It's all going to be on Arch, rotating back in. He needs to surprise them as his teammates just caught out over towards ramp. Arch eventually goes down as well, and Ubik, he's going to face a double peek here as a defuse. It's already going to be underway. They're committing to this one, and it will be their round. Boom gets it, and Elias gets another kill to add to his tally as well. 4 for him, and Hamas another round on the board as EPG, their force buy, does not prove to be successful in that round. But now the proper eco comes up from Elements. They've invested a little bit into this one, obviously, just to maximise their potential gain. But at the end of the day, they have only got a couple of K invested, so it's not a huge amount of chance that they'll be able to pick this one up at the end of the day. But heading in towards this B side, it seems, and boom, he's going to be holding off this close angle. Jimka's very, very close on the other side of the smoke as well. And this could be a bit of a dangerous one as they start to get close up to push in. The rest of the team go to join them as well. Bomb in tow, and we've got this one player to hold down the full push. He sprays down the first, bit more as well. 2-3 and almost 4, but FaceCrack with the P250 finds that headshot. Now it's a 2v4 with the bomb. It's far from going down on this site. There's only Patrick to deny it, but he is well equipped for this one. FaceCrack yet to pick up this AK from the apps, and in the meantime, Ubik goes down on the other side of the map, leaving just FaceCrack to try and get this bomb down. But Patrick ready to deny it, and oh, he won't. FaceCrack gets it. Now look at the rotation time. Eagle's going to be very far off. He needs to deny this bomb plant. This money for the T side could be huge, and FaceCrack going to catch him off guard as well. Bit of aggression. The nade is going to do it though. Crush finds him, and Hamas a 6th round on the board. Hey mate, why aren't you streaming the alpha game? The alpha game is a gauntlet, right? I'm not working with them. I'm working with GOCL, the better company. You know, so That's why. But we're going into the next buy here for Elements. They are going to have a little to work with in terms of the rifles. Ubeek's going to be down on that Tech 9, but it's not going to be too much of a deficit for their side anyway. Hitting in fast towards this A side, it's going to be Sailor has to try and deny it. Once again, a bit of an AK spray down, but the flash going to yield him useless there as Jimka gets the trade. There's Patrick towards the back of the side. The AWP as well posted up towards the side of the smoke on the bench, but they are just going to catch it out. The bomb going down in the meantime. He just misses a shot. P250 out and he gets it. That's going to be Patrick getting traded though, and Eagle, he's now on the site. They still haven't cleaned him from the position. He knows that Archer's still over in the apartments, but in the meantime, we've just got a bit of a hold on to middle, so there's going to be no split coming out from the EPG side. Bomb yet to go down. They still have plenty of time to work with, but they need to hit their shots here. Waterfalls will do exactly that. That's the all part of the equation. Although there is one more on the side of Boom, so it's not too much of a deficit for Hamas, and they're holding onto the bomb tightly as well as Crush is situated over towards that stairs, but having to focus on two positions, both ramp, Palace, or I guess three, ramp, Palace, and in that connector as well, where a flank could come through. But EPG, they're just playing this one safe, and they are just wasting out the time as well, waiting for the long aggressive rotation. Ubeek is at least, but nothing will be coming his way. In the meantime, Boom goes down towards CT. Now it's all on Crush. The bomb's still in his hands, but he's got two players to deal with decently on the site. Waterfall's the first to peek, he kills him, but there's still Arch, and it's not been traded out as well. We do have this flank, however, coming into middle, and that should catch out Crush. Ubeek, biding his time, takes the shot, round to EPG on the board once again, and a 6-2. Now, next buy will be coming through as well. Obviously, for Hamas, they've saved a fair bit of money into this round. They're not going to have too much of an issue with going for the investment. They've got the weaponry out, however, not the AWP that they would so favour. And the push out of ramp already very early on. We have it once again. Salas this time a bit of a different position. It may catch him off guard. The flashbang does. He gets himself the first kill. Pushing instantly through the smoke, and Crush is there to spray them down. He goes down eventually, but Eagle is on the trade. And two players left on the EPG side instantly after winning their previous buy. The reset is looking more and more likely by the second, but Arch wants to deny that reset. He takes down Salas. But already the flanks come through. And Boom, he's going to be in the T-spawn. Lining up two as well. Facecrack not able to find that angle there through the fence. And it will be Hamas to take another round on the board. A 7-2. EPG really having their issues with this round. Individually, they should be able to step up against these players, but they're just not having the success that you usually see them have, at least. And this will be another round so far for the Hamas side. But they still do invest, and that's the thing I don't understand. They should be double ecoing this one, but no, they go for the full buy and they get a Galil out of it as well. That is it. The rest of them on Tech 9s and PT50s, not a great buy by any means, so it's a bit of an issue, but they can make it work. There's always potential. However, Jimka really needs to hit his shots as he is the key player here for the T side with that rifle as they start to push up onto this A side. Once again, they're repeating the same strategy. It's becoming quite obvious and quite relentless here. They do have a bit of a lurk onto B, and that's with the Galil as well to create a distraction. But meanwhile, Ubeeki's kicking things off. He takes down Crush, and Jimka spotted out with that Galil as well. Does some damage onto B. That's Boom to go down, and now you can instantly see the rotation of the bomb. But the issue is, Patrick here, he may catch them out before this bomb goes down. As soon as Igor clears the site, he's going to know that they're coming, and Patrick will start to hear them as well as Elements. They rotate back into B. This is a perfect position. He's boosted up on that box as well, and they run straight in. Waterfalls is the first to fall, but Facecrack trades it out. It's a 3v2. They get the weapon as well to play with, and now with this rotation on the A site, Arch catches out Sailus, and Igor being the last man standing onto B. 45 seconds. He has to deny the bomb plant, but it is already going to be rotating back towards the A site. Ubeek, last man on B. He will eventually be found, but with 22 HP, it's going to be a 1v2. And, I mean, surely he won't be able to pick this up, especially with the position from Arch, catching off any kind of rotation through the CT spawn. However, he pushes back in through that jungle. Facecrack, he's going to be crossing towards the site, trying to make this fight. Eagle lands the first. The bomb's now dropped in the open. The time is of the essence as well. And Arch, he moves back out of the CT spawn to go back towards the site. Tech 9 in hand. They're both very, very tagged up here. But Eagle, he's playing this so carefully. And Arch, he's going to run out of time. If he doesn't get this bomb down in just a mere couple of seconds, he's going to lose out on this round. It seems like EPG, they just don't have it in their bag. Arch, he's finally going to commit to it. And just a couple of seconds left, he gets that bomb plant down as well. But Eagle's rotating back in. He should know this is triple, but he's focusing towards a double box. He finally peeks it, goes for the shot, but Arch, he's going to safely make his way back into the CT spawn. Repositions there. Igor coming back in. The smoke's going to go down. Oh no, if he sticks this could be absolutely brilliant. Arch is coming back in through CT, but he's just too late on this one. Igor sticking it, and that's going to be the round for Hamas. An 8-2 there. Arch, he plays for the bait, but it does not come through. And Hamas, they are going to pick it up. What a close round, but what a great clutch. Now Elements obviously this time a little bit more buy, as they've got the rifle out from Arch, saved on the previous, combined with a couple of UMPs and a couple of Tech 9s as well on their T side. Hamas going to be greatly well equipped into this, as they've got the full rifles. No, AWP is back out. They're a little bit off affording it into that round, but at the end of the day they still have plenty enough to work with. Jimka, however, going to be taking down Igor straight off the bat. The confidence getting to his head here as he gets caught out with a bit of an over-aggressive push there, unnecessary. And the man advantage secured. Boom attempting to trade, won't be successful as well. So a 5v3. Elements pushing into B. It's all on Patrick to defend this one. He peeks out the first one. In the meantime, a bit of pressure on A, but the bomb's going to be rotating now. Jimka, he has to get this trade. He does. That's going to be a nice shot there with the M4 through the wall. 2 players left on this CT side. And make that just one as Face Crack denies another. It's crushed to rotate back in. We saw a 1v3 in the previous round, but will we see it again? It's looking unlikely, especially with the bomb going down this B side and such aggressive post plants, for example, with Jimka. Especially Waterfalls as well, getting information towards Connector, but nothing is coming through. Crush is pushing in through CT. As long as he close clears this angle to Jimka, he should find him, but looking like he wants to commit to the save there. He's going to miss the shot, and Jimka takes him down. Finally, EPG with another round on the board, but Hamas down on this eco, and that is one positive for EPG. Maybe the force worked out for a change. And yeah, this time at least we're not seeing Hamas force this one up. That's some positive. Obviously, we see a lot of forces this game that haven't really been too conducive to a win. And Hamas is going to play it safe here with the pistols. But what is Face Crack doing? Lining up the smoke. He gets caught out with his back against the ramp. Goes straight down. Man advantage for Hamas. It won't be too much of an issue because Elements, they're heading in towards B in the meantime. Waterfall's leading that push. And there's no CTs to defend this one either. So it's going to be completely empty. In the meantime, Patrick, he gets another USP kill. But a little bit over aggressive there as he gets caught out. Finally, the rotation from Igor. But he goes down on the site. Crush can try and deny this, but the bomb will go down at the end of the day, and they don't have this kit, which makes it so much harder to retake the site as well. And the gun on the player with 20 HP and no armor, boom, will be caught out in mid. Eventually EPG are going to pick up the round, but it looked very, very scary here for the EPG side, especially after losing those first couple of players, but they will pick it up nonetheless. And Hamas now finally back on their bye. And a buy will be full apart from Boom's CZ here. We have aggression straight up the bat towards mid. And okay, that's a great start. That's going to be Crush picking up the first. In the meantime, the A push comes down and Ubik, he trades out Sayles' original pick. Now Hamas still favoured, well, not for long, as Arch, he finds himself another. It's going to be a lot of damage going this way. Igor and Arch trading men back and forth. It's all on Ubik now, deep in the site. It's going to be Hamas to have this man advantage, but the bomb is down on the other side of the map, and Ubik, he has to take these fights here. He has time to go and retrieve it, but in such a great position where they have no idea, he wants to take advantage of that and try and push deep into the flank to try and take him out. There's always some potential that he can catch some players off guard, but as the time starts to get lower, Hamas surely are going to realise the potential of him being able to push into these long positions and deep into the sites as well. He finally realises this as well and will start to back off. But Patrick is holding the angle. Ubik was into it. Nice headshot there. Now the man advantage going to be removed. Patrick's down. Ubik is tagged up, but Boom's only on a pistol. Finally retrieves that M4, but he's going to sneak back into the site. Ubik, he needs to land his shot, but Boom is going to be first on the trigger. It's going to be Hamas to pick up that round, especially with just one pistol on Boom and the rifles on the other players. That is going to be a very nice start there for a very nice round, for Hamas to pick up as well. Going to favour their economy quite heavily, and a 9-4 in play. This is looking like a fairly balanced map, assuming that Elements can start to get themselves on the board in the last couple of rounds. I'd say this definitely isn't bad for either team so far. But the aggression in mid again from this T side, this time it's not going to be too helpful, as you can already see Patrick spraying them down. Jimka pushes aggressively up towards short, and he does take down that other player as well. So it's back into a 4-on-4, and EPG still on this mid control, but they have got to worry because they haven't really got any lurk players. If they want to split in towards A, you typically want this player coming in through the ramp or palace, or if B, through the apartments. But already Sailus has come on the flank. There's going to be a kill from Igor. Jimka trying to trade. He does succeed as well. But again, as I mentioned, the snake in the grass is going to be Sailus coming in from this T spawn. As you can see, Waterfall's posted up on the angle. He's aware that this is a possibility. But if Sailus... Oh, he's going to push towards the upper. If he checks this could be great. Waterfall's going to get the drop. Now that's the trade back in the favour of Elements. And they have a choice on the site they want to hit. Obviously, going for this A choice, it would be clear because of Sailias rotating back off A is more likely to be empty. But now Jimka finds another pick. Now it's definitely A. It's all on Boom to rotate back in. He could save this one, yes, but they'll be forcing up for the final round regardless, so he may as well at least attempt something. If he can get himself a quick couple of kills, this could be a round back in his favour. There's going to be Jimka exposed, and boom, he finds it. Now it's definitely on. A 1v2 in his hands, and he's going to back off towards the B side, just expecting the potential B push, but in the meantime rotating back over towards A through the market. With 20 seconds left, bomb going to be planted, and now the post wants for EPG. This should secure the round. There's no reason for them to peek. Boom doesn't have a Molotov to force any of these players out of position, and while he does have that smoke for the Ninja, there's still Waterfall's posted up with the AWP, and he is going to be holding the angle, knowing he probably has to drop on any peeking players, even though it is online. Boom, going to set up his smoke. Here's a couple of flashes as well. That's going to allow him to cross. Waterfall's not able to hit the shot through the smoke. Going to try and reposition to find himself a more favourable angle. Boom, he spots out that player towards the back of the box. Actually, I don't think he did. He's going to push out into the open. Waterfall's still not taking the fight, but Ubik will, and Boom will fall. EPG another round. You can't blame Boom for trying to commit to that one, but it just wasn't going to happen. Hamas, however, forcing into this final 1.5. As they go for the pistols and the armour. Nothing much more, I don't think. And now, aggression towards underpass, at least one positive for Crush, but he's not going to get anything from it. Arch catches him out, man advantage for Elements, and while we do have this triple stack on the A site, that's going to be such a risk play because it requires EPG to push onto A. So, if they don't, B is completely uncontested here, and that will be the round. Trying to retake B is hard enough, but it's even harder when you only have pistols up against rifles and are at a man deficit. We do have this buy up on Igor at least, but it's only a small consolation to an overwhelming issue, and that will be a further overwhelming issue as Ubiki finds another pick onto middle. It's now going to be a 5v3, and Hamas tagging down the one player with a decent weapon as well to work with. It should just be their round. Aggression from Igor, but what is that? He gets called out on the jump. Patrick trades. Still 2 players left to make something work, but EPG, they're just going to be chasing it down. It's going to be Ubik and Facecrack to clean it up, and Elements, a 6th round on the board. That's going to be a decent half. They are on the T side. Yes, they should kind of pick up a few walkers here, and they are the overdogs of this matchup, but considering Hamas had a really great start into this matchup, Elements, they can't be too upset about that one. Now we go back into the next round here. The pistol, of course, a very important one. If EPG can pick this one up, they're looking like on the running to equalise things out. And on the favoured side, that's going to be great. But if Hamas take it, things could start to get a little bit dangerous. Hamas are such a T-sided team anyway, so their aggression is going to be pretty dominant as well. We have this triple stack, though, from EPG on B, and that's going to be the perfect remedy to this full push. Jimka spotting out the first angle. There's going to be Ubik on short as well, and Waterfall's in position to hold this one down. They start to push in, but Ubik from short, he denies the first. As Waterfall's on the default plant spot as well. He's going to be boosted up, unable to get anything. Jimka's still on the site though, and Ubik will be following up. It's all onto Crush, and out of nowhere EPG have just shredded the Hamas players. There will be a couple of return frags, but Crush is going to need the ace to pick up this round, and with 2 CTs already deep in towards the site, it's not going to be easy. They're all going to push him at the same time, and Ubik gets his 3rd of the round as well. So EPG, they're 7th on the board, and Hamas likely going for this force as well on the T side. Oh, a push coming out. Arch denies the first, and Hamas, they've got no smoke, meaning this is going to be a very difficult one. You can see the difficulty is being displayed quite well. There's only 2 players are remaining from Hamas in just a quick second. It's been a bit of an absolute waste round. Boom's not going to be able to find anything from this position either. Only 1 kill going their way. Arch will drop, but they can retrieve his M4. It's not too much of a deficit for the EPG side. And an equalisation, as I predicted, is going to be coming in. So it's looking likely we will be on this 9-9 scoreline as well. So Hamas, a couple of PT50s, that is going to be it. It's looking like a 9-9, especially with the weaponry on Elements. I mean, look, they still got 2 rifles into this. A couple of M4s are going to be a very safe play as well up against these ecoing players. Oh, nice entries though, at least from Saylas. He does catch off one, but that will be it. It's going to be a bit of a storm. The bomb, in the meantime, faked over towards A, and it's going to be planted as well. So that's actually 1 positive for the side of the Hamas guys, but that should just be it here. He actually catches out another one. Not too sure how that happens, but Ubik, okay, what's happening here, Crush? That's 2 already. The long range, though, not going to favour him. Facecrack finally comes in from the ramp to secure it, and it will be the round for EPG, but it was looking very dangerous. Crush gets 2 kills on an eco, and Saylias as well to follow up with 1, so 3 bind players dropped against B250s. That is not where you want to be if you are EPG. However, the round is going to be the most important factor, so they do pick that one up. But now here comes an important round. 9-9. We know that's going to be taking it above and beyond. We won't see the buy coming out from Elements if they lose this, unless they want to force it up with not a great economy, because obviously their money is going to be severely impacted by the fact that they're losing all these players on these anti-ecos. So it's going to be the round to likely force the opponents into eco. That is a pretty big one as well. So Facecrack, aggression, he's going to be pushing up towards ramp, catches out Crush as well on the end of the smoke, and EPG kicking off the round with a really nice start. Oh, that's a good pick. Boom. Coming in through the smoke. Very unexpected. A risky play, but it's going to be clever in terms of getting that refrag back into a 4-on-4. And now Hamas pressure into middle as Saylias. He wants to split up towards this A site. Here we have the bomb as well going to be retrieved. And they haven't committed just yet. Rotating the bomb makes me think they may be hitting towards B here, but Ubik going to deny another. Drops into underpass to get that kill. And he may just be able to safely find his passage back into this B site. However, Boom, it's going to be the man to watch out for. He's coming in through the apartments, and he's going to be able to get the drop as well. So a 3v2 as meanwhile Jimka finds another over towards middle, and he is going to be nading back into the apartments to deny Boom this push. So Molotov going out just a little bit too early as well, or just on time in fact, as Hamas not going to be able to push their players back into the B site. Jimka is still going to be getting aggressive here in apps just to take this man advantage another step further. A bit risky, but it will work out. Patrick falls. No need to take more, but he does anyway. It's simple pickings for Jimka and Elements. They're going to pick up a 10th round on the board as well. So 10-9, and Hamas now really no money. As I said, the eco will come in here for the C side, and the CT side, they are just going to be benefiting here from this first map so far. Oh, but Arch, again, pushing out into middle. I love the way that EPG always play mid, even on the Peter lineup with the same roster. They've always done this. They like to have a really nice... So I'll break it down. Something to talk about, at least while we're on these ecos. EPG, what they do is they usually put a bit the window player peeking out towards top mid. They push a short player up. He usually gets on top of this, either just sits on the catwalk or sits on this railing, and he spots out towards mid. So we have 2 top mid players watching, and that means you can have a connector player pushing down into underpass, or even the window player dropping out with a support from short. And it's always nice to catch these players off underpass, because Hamas, especially on their pistols, at the long range, they're fighting from the back here, it's never good. But either way, that's just a little breakdown of how EPG play mid so many times. And what? Boom! Oh dear. He gets caught out in Palace. In the meantime, we missed a couple of kills, but nothing too dangerous. EPG are going to be, again, taking this round into a bit of contention. However, Saylias does return it into a 2v2, bomb making its way towards ramp, and he should be splitting in through connector here, but it seems like he may want to go towards short. This is for a distraction play. He has the nades to do it. The issue is now it means they're going to both be in 1v1s, and neither of them are in position to trade. Saylias is obviously holding for some kind of B rotation here, but I'm not too sure what USET's going to be. He will be eventually dropping back into the window, which will be one positive, but making the noise of breaking the vents. Not sure if he's going to like that idea, giving away his position as well. But in the meantime, look at the information that these CTs are getting. They are completely clearing out the B site. They know where these players are. They have to be in middle right now because they're not in apps. They're not in T-spawn. And middle it will be, as you can see this rotation up into the B site. Saylias going to throw down that smoke, and the bomb still on A here. Elements, they should fall for this one. But Jimka's already in apps, and that's going to make it blindingly obvious it's a fake arch. Rotating as well, spots out the head, takes the kill onto Salias as well. And Patrick, at least he's got the A site for free, but I don't think he's even realised it. The nade's already coming back in to try and deny this bomb plant, but he may be able to catch him off guard. Both of them holding the angle. He peeks out into one, but they're going to both take the fight. Jimka takes a headshot as well, and Elements, another round on the board, 12-9. Almost a chance for Hamas to come back in, but it's not going to work out in their favour. And now pushing to middle, a bit of aggression in connector this time going to be finally punished as Eagle gets that pick for the Hamas side. It's EPG to lose out on their first player. It's going to be Eagle again to follow up. That's 2 in a row. Goes in for a bit more. Jumping into connector, and Eagle going massive. 3 kills so far. Another rotation back into the connector, but Patrick's already holding the angle. Jimka's going to be the last man standing here for the Element side, and he's coming back towards short as well. Patrick spots him. He doesn't get the drop. Going to be able to catch him just as the smoke starts to dissipate, but the bomb is going to be dropped into T-spawn. They have to retrieve this one. Crush going to be going back to get it, but Jimka, he's already back on the site. Eagle smoking out. He's going to be low. Can't afford to go down here because he is the man holding off on towards A. They have no other control, but there we go. Salias comes in from the flank. So Hamas, they pick it up nonetheless. And a 10th round on the board as well to play with. Hamas back in middle. We do have these open waterfalls. It will leg down that first player, but that is going to be it here for the EPG side. Ubeek again, aggressive short control as they always do, as I've been talking about. Arch back and connector. I do like this 3-pronged mid attack, I guess you could say. The only issue is if Hamas set up 1 or 2 lurk players in middle and go for a fast A or B, there's typically not enough players on the site to deal with that execute. So there are the downsides at least, and that's why we can see Elements CT side kind of falter a lot of the time, and it really does depend on the day and who they're up against as well. But at least they have waterfalls towards the CT spawn to deny this A push completely. He gets himself 2. Hamas left on 2 themselves now. Jimka is going to be in the angle to catch out 1, but does go down eventually. It's Ubeek to try and trade from this close position, but he's got to worry about short as well because Patrick, he is working his way back up there in that position. And we'll just be backing off as well. All this information completely telegraphed to Ubeek, who's playing this close angle. We can hear these footsteps as he starts to back off. Patrick's just holding on to middle, but Arch denies him. All on Salias. And Elements, they have a 2-man advantage. Salias is also 9 HP, so I mean, at the end of the day, he's got to go pick up this bomb. That's the main issue. So as you can notice, 30 seconds left. I mean, look at how much time it takes him anyway. If he runs back into the site, it's going to take him 9 seconds running. Yeah, that'd be running, right? Instead of sneaking. Take him way longer sneaking. So he is going to have to save this one out. Allow EPG to pick up their 13th. But they are getting very, very close to closing out this map as well, which is quite scary.
Counter-terrorists win.
The distance time thing, hold shift, that's the default, and then just drag, and you know, you can do that and it will say that this takes 138 seconds. I think that's inaccurate, but look, you can at least see the like rotation into B. If a player's going over T-spawn, they jump out through the window, go for the site, 15 seconds to the plant. Obviously that's kind of rough, give or take 2 seconds, because you can make B hops, you can kind of go on a closer angle. You know, if you cut straight along here instead of going down and then long, if you do that, it's quicker than doing that, you know, stuff like that. But it's give or take a couple of seconds. It's quite accurate. That's a nice addition. It came out quite a while ago, but no one really seems to use it in observing, because obviously the observers never also control the casting. So it's great for solo casting, for example. But Hamas, they're going to get this bomb down on B. It's a 3v3 in play. and Elements coming back in for the retake. The AWP not going to be the greatest gun, assuming that Hamas don't peek into this one. If you're pushing back in with an AWP, it's not very useful, but obviously if Hamas play a little bit aggressive on their post part, it can be great to catch players out, such as Eagle here on the other side of the smoke. The flash got to fully blind him, but after that runs out, at least he'll be having a huge advantage to drop these players, although Arch catches him before it runs out. Now it's a 2-man versus 3 players, and FaceCrack another headshot with that Galil. It's all on Patch to deny this defuse. He takes down one. Arch is posted up. Waterfall's going to be on that defuse. He takes almost a second, but Arch gets away. EPG another round on the board, and Waterfall's just getting away with that bomb defusal. It's going to be Elements to pick it up with their 14th round on the board, and Hamas, they've been having struggles on their T side. I did say they were a T side team, but EPG have definitely got their CT polished on Mirage. Maybe not the best pick to come in as a first map. Waterfall's going to catch up. Boom. Aggression towards underpass. And already, this is what I'm talking about. The mid play. He's going to be able to catch out a bit of damage as well onto Igor. Follows it up with a pistol onto CLS. Igor does get the trade, but he is alone with just 17 HP. And again, Ubeek, he doesn't want him to allow him to pick up this gun to become a nuisance here. Crush in the meantime gets himself a gun in apartments, and he has a bomb as well. This is dangerous. Hamas are getting free money here, and EPG, this is the kind of typical style of Russian CS. They get way too aggressive on these anti-ecos, and this is exactly what we're seeing as well, because now Hamas have got this bomb plant. They've got a realistic situation where they could take it down. Obviously, it's likely going to be this retake, but to get in this situation as well, to beat EPG and allow a bomb plant in a 2v3 on a full eco, it's quite scary. And you can see a pistol again, almost going to land a shot, but Crush, he just gets wall banged out. Ubeek spots out the rifle, sticking out from behind the wall, and gets a headshot as well. But EPG, they're going to pick it up nonetheless. However, it was a very close and dangerous round. The money allowed to Hamas as well gives them a better chance to get back into this game on the bye. But again, 15-10, and Hamas now have to pick up the next 5 to bring it to overtime to try and contest this. The buy comes out. It's full AKs here. They have no AWP. Eagle's going to kick things off. CT, a T side pick at least in their favour, but Waterfalls again from that CT spawn, trays it out. Ubeek over in middle, aggression towards short. Surely Eagle should kind of work this out at this point. There's so many picks going the way of this CT side because of the aggression, and look at this, it's just a close out. EPG definitely deserved as Hamas, a very sloppy T side here. They are going to be left with just one, and it's looking like a 16-10 is going to be coming into play here for the Element side. Again, this is going to be a best of 3. It's not over just yet for Hamas, but EPG are going to be going into the second map of, I think, Overpass with a definite advantage here. CLS, he has to rotate and try and make something work. I mean, the time's so low, I can expect Elements to get aggressive in this position, such as Ubeek already pushed towards the top of middle. There's a flank coming out in apartments as well, and even if he goes down, there's going to be the instant trade here from the flank. Jimka, being that exact man, comes in from behind. That'll be it, 16-10, and that'll be the game. So EPG managing to take it away from Hamas, the new, obviously, Peter lineup on their new organ. That's going to be map 1 at least of this best of 3. There's going to be 2 more potentially coming up, and a definite 1 more on I think Overpass. We will clarify that. I keep saying Overpass, but I am pretty confident. Yeah, it is Overpass. Great. So we're going to be going into that map in just a minute. Before that, we'll go for a short break, and we'll be back with you with map 2 of EPG versus Hamas in just a few minutes.